Hey, what's up guys? Ashley, Malik, back here. I'm Idris to talk to you about a new movie that we watched this past weekend.
Beast of No Nation.
Oh my gosh, you guys. This movie is so intense. Like, I have to warn you ahead of time right now that how intense this movie is. I mean, it's about, tell me what it's about, Malik.
It is about a nation that is overcome by refugees, and we follow Agu, who has to run away from his family in order to save himself. Ends up being picked up by another refugee military group that is fighting against or fighting for the freedom of the unnamed area. And we watch as he falls in under the commandant and becomes kind of a protege, and that journey to, I guess, kind of liberate and free, and what ends up happening in that process. I guess would be a good description of it.
So Agu's probably like maybe 10 years old, give or take, something like that. Crazy traumatic things happen to him. Then, yeah, like you said, like this father figure shows up and takes him under his wing.
Yep.
And yeah, and basically he becomes a child soldier. And these are stories that you hear, I mean, from Africa. The thing is too about this flick is it's not actually named like where specifically this takes place. And I think that's a great idea. I think that was a great decision by the screenplay writer, who's also the director and, believe it or not, the DP, Cary Fukunaga. I probably butchered the crap out of that, but you know.
Director of Sin Nombre and of Jane Eyre.
Jane Eyre, yeah.
Tackling what is possibly one of the dreariest
heaviest
that I've seen to date.
Yeah, like I cried a lot in this, you guys. Like, it was very emotionally tugging. I actually have a connection, I guess, if you will, with Africa. I've been there twice. I've been to Ethiopia twice. And so they were, at one point in the movie, the kids were playing a game that I remember the kids playing when I was there. So this really struck home for me at my heart. Like, it's just insanely emotional. Like, I don't really know how to express it to you now here, except to say it's extremely intense.
There are so many elements to it that actually end up making it more impactful. For instance, you have a narrative which is driving forward with a pacing that, I mean, you're not going to look away this entire movie. You're not going to feel at all like it's slow. You have the pacing, which is adding to it, and then on top of that, you have what is essentially a loss of childhood innocence. As soon as you're seeing anything violent, it's usually followed by the songs of children playing, or it cuts
really
back. So you have this nice juxtaposition of this childhood going on, and you're still seeing children be children in an adult situation, and around murder and around destruction and around corruption. And for some reason, he chooses to keep having that element come back throughout the movie as you're watching. You hear more and more songs, and then as the songs progress less, and as you see less and less of the actual
childlike atmosphere,
then it's all hell breaks loose from there.
I mean, he does an excellent job at portraying what it must have been like for just one particular scenario in one particular country with one particular child. There are probably hundreds of thousands of children that have gone through something like this. But the way he tells this story, I think, it's something that us in America, we have no clue. Unless you've stepped outside the borders of this country, we can't possibly understand what that type of war and genocide is like. But I think this story does an excellent job of making you feel it.
Now let's talk about those performances, because...
Oh my gosh, because without the performances, how can we tell this story? Seriously. So the Agu, who is played by Abraham Attah, he's the 10-year-old child soldier. This kid, I'm not exactly sure what else he has done. I don't think he's done anything else.
I haven't looked
I'm not sure. Okay, so we'll figure that out. But anyways, let's say that he didn't do anything else. If this is his first role, this kid deserves an Oscar for the rest of his life, because I believed every single second that his face was on screen. There were moments that I thought I had to remind myself, this is a movie. This is a movie. Like, it was a set with a crew and crafty and trailers. Like, this was not real life. Like, it wasn't a documentary. Like, I had to remember that, and it was really difficult.
Every moment was really subtle. Everything that he did was very pulled back. And at first I thought that it was like an issue. I thought like maybe he wasn't fully connecting to the part. I had trouble connecting to him, but at the end, his entire performance makes a lot of sense, and it all comes together in a way that is so.
Right?
It's
like that's it, you guys. Like that's it. If that tells you anything, like that's it. It also stars
Idris Elba.
Yeah,
yep.
who is the commandant, who plays the father figure, if you will, and
not his
also
strongest
executive
role.
Producer. I agree, but still, I think portrayed the character exactly as you would expect somebody in that situation to be like. So, I mean, he gave everything I expected. It's Idris Elba, so
we're really barely scratching the surface here.
But truly. And let's talk about the cinematography.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Like, this was cinematography, in my opinion, the way it should be done to tell this type of story. It was gritty, it was grainy, it was raw, but it was at the same time extremely beautiful. But not the type of beautiful that, like, you're watching an intense movie and then you see this beautiful shot and you're like, wow, that's so pretty. Like, it doesn't do that to you, because it still pulls you into this story and makes you feel a part of it, makes you feel the dirt and the grime, and
yeah, towards the end there was the trenches, the orange trenches.
Yeah.
They was walking through, and you're just like, what the?
Yeah.
And you're so
just so incredibly
he stands out against it.
Yes.
So, hot dog wise,
hot dogs.
I'm gonna give this.
Yes, tell us.
4 hot dogs.
4 hot dogs. 4 hot dogs.
4 hot dogs, because it is not something I would want to watch ever again. It is a one-off for me, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Just because it's such an intense story, but it's a story that you have to watch at least once. Would you say?
I would say yes. I would say watch it. Don't own it. Don't share it. Don't.
Yeah.
Just.
I don't know. I mean, I definitely am going to recommend watching this at least once. If you find something beautiful and life-changing about it, then watch it multiple times. But I think this is a story that has to be heard, especially for us here, like I said. So
is that?
For me, clearly 5 hot dogs.
Okay.
5 hot dogs for sure. I think it was really well done. Perfect storytelling. It drew me in. I can't ask for better.
You can view this now on Netflix.
Yes. That's where we watched it. Netflix.
And it's full. Netflix was kind enough to not only be a producer but put it up, and so check it out.
Yes, please do. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're watching this on TV, hey man, go to YouTube. We want to know who's out there, who's watching us on TV. So tell us what you think. If you saw the movie, let us know. We want to know. All right, we love you guys. We'll see you.
See ya.